What's that?
You know what an e-bike is because I've explained it to you. Lots of people have no idea what they see. I had a lady, I kid you not, yesterday I was out, just a short little 10, 12-mile ride. She screamed, not yelled, not like talked loudly, not just maybe I scared her, I thought maybe. No, she screamed at me, stood in the middle of the bike path as I was driving, saying, "Motorcycles are allowed on bike path."
Oh, they don't even make a sound.
No, and so most of the time I try and be a nice person, and like I'll stop and I'll be like, "Hey, this is an electric bike. It's electric assisted. I'm actually a disabled vet. It helps me get around. It's increased my mobility." Instead, I have this like 40 decibel alarm horn to get people out of the way. So I just basically played a game of chicken with this probably 60-year-old lady who was standing in the bike path, I think in protest, trying to get me to stop. And I wasn't going to stop. So I laid on the horn, just, wah, wah, and I just barreled straight towards her. I'm not saying she had to dive out of the way, but she certainly had to move quickly to when she understood that, oh, crap, this guy going 18 miles an hour isn't going to stop.
That is funny.
People, yeah, they just don't understand what an e-bike is. That it's not a motorcycle. It's not a moped. It's a bike. You just have to pedal it. It just doesn't have as much effort to get to where you want to go.
So people think it's a motorcycle because you aren't pedaling when you come up, or is it because you're going 40 miles per hour?
You know, honestly, I think it's probably more the speed than anything else. Because I think, honestly, here's what I think goes through their mind. First thing, holy crap, there's a fat man on a bike. All right. Then it's, holy crap, there's a fat man on a bike going really fast.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
Really fast. I'm not going 40 miles an hour down the bike path. My cruising speed is 15 to 18 miles an hour. But that's still about 7 or 8 miles an hour faster than a regular average bike rider. And so,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, I saw you biking down here the other day. I saw you biking, and from a distance, you kind of look like a steampunk supervillain, because you got you have that leather coat, which is not a trench coat. It's not a bomber. It's kind of a toffee,
I call it my Huggy Bear.
Colored. You strap that bad boy in and you look like a badass. Then you come up and you're laughing and you're on an e-bike. So you don't look that threatening when you come up close.
Right.
I did note I was trying to come up with your supervillain name because it's all color coordinated. You have like the I don't know, macchiato coat, and then the stand bike, the brick colored tires. It's earth tone, man.
Can I be Caramelito Macchiato? There's my, yeah. There's my bike name.
And you just make people laugh in a self-deprecating way, and they sit there and think about themselves, and then you go on your way whistling. I was thinking about it, like, because you have the Baconalia, I mean, that's a big epic food thing. The first time I met you, dude, we were playing poker, and you're like, oh yeah, Mary put 3.5 pounds of shredded corned beef and some cream cheese and whipped it up. And it was like the best thing I ever tasted. Dude. It was so good. But I was like, there's nobody I know more deserving of a last name that's a contraction of two delicious meats, bacon and pork.
Right. Yeah. Well,
like, perfect.
And growing up, I did not appreciate that. It's only recently that we've gotten popular in combining different words like bacon and pork into my last name, Bork.
What's going on? Let's see here. You've been camping recently?
Well, we bought an RV this summer, so we've been out on a couple of camping trips. Me, my wife, my 4 dogs, and my 35-year-old African gray parrot named Rocky.
Oh man! You're beautifully stated when you say 35-year-old African, and then everybody's like, huh? And then you go African gray, and we're like, what? And then you say parrot.
Maybe I need to put a bigger pause in there. My 35-year-old African. gray named Rocky.
Yeah.
It's all about the timing.
Yeah. Anyway, cool. So you guys all throw the whole tribe, all the Bork Zoo,
everybody
and
into the
go.
Yep, we've gone down to Denali, and then most recently we went down to Seward for a week and slayed some halibut. I mean, I'll be honest, the parrot was terrible about tying lines and putting on bait on his line, but we went out fishing pretty successfully anyways.
Wow. So you put them all in there. Is it ever like Home Alone where you're like, everybody in the camper, and you leave Kevin back at the place?
Well, we have to leave Kevin, otherwise known as our other 3 birds and our cat, all the time.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I'm sorry, there's a limit to what we could take in the RV, and I don't know that we could take the entire zoo and keep any kind of sanity for any length of time.
Well, the good thing is if Joe Pesci tries to break into your house, ain't happening.
What, am I a clown? Am I a clown to you?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Cool. Well, I'm glad that you've been doing that. It's fun talking to you, man. I was going to say something about biking because I got a real bike this year.
Right.
Not a real bike. I'm sorry, but it is like.
No, I understand. Your judgment comes clearly through a real bike versus my bike.
I was going to say
keep going. No, I understand. I'm crying on the inside because
I was going to say, I said real. I misspoke. What I meant was I got one that you have to pedal to go. I still have AOL and I'm on dial-up too. So anyway, okay. But I'd look at your post and you'd go for 20 miles in like an hour. And I'd go, okay, well, I got this new bike. I was all gung-ho and I'd go bike 20 miles in like an hour and a half. And I'd be like there. But then after a while, I couldn't handle that. So I'd see you do 20 miles and in an hour. So I'd jump on the bike and go do 10 miles on my bike. And then that got rough. So most recently, when you do like 20 miles on the e-bike, I'd jump on my bike and go to the corner store, get some Haagen-Dazs and then binge on Netflix. But I bike to the store. I don't drive there.
See?
Yeah.
It's all about choices. It's those little things, Heath. It's the little things.
Hey, could you give us a little laughter exercise?
Yeah,
that is good? I was thinking good for energizing for morning stuff.
Yeah, my favorite morning wake up, and I do it every morning, is just a simple breath in followed by a laugh out. So we're going to breathe in through our nose and fill our lungs up, just hold our breath for a couple seconds, and then just laugh the air out. Feels weird the first time, but just look right in the camera like you're looking into my soul, Heath. And I want you to just let it all out. So just breath in. Ready?
Thank you, Michael Bork. It's been a nice talk.
Yeah, no, you're going to do this thing. You're going to do this.
Okay.
So we're going to just breathe in through our nose, and you hold it for a couple of seconds, let some oxygen flow into your brain.